Hello, Renee Who here. Like my owl, I just love it. I should have thought of that a long time ago. I need to raise it up a little bit, huh? Anyway, did you know? I was just reading about generations on the internet, and did you know that Gen X? Did you know that Gen X is more likely to be traumatized by rape and financially traumatized? Imagine that. Imagine that. Like, that doesn't surprise me not one bit. And now they're telling us the Social Security won't be there by the time that we're old enough to get it. There's some more financial trauma. Jeez. You know, I keep making these videos and I keep putting them up. Please, somebody explain to me how I can only get one view. One view. Doesn't it at least go out to your subscribers? That means I should at least get, say, 10 out of 35. I only got 35 subscribers, but you would think that at least 10 people would listen. Am I that boring? I feel like I am. And I don't know what to say about that. I'm about to start doing tarot cards. They got lots of views. Somebody said to me today at work, they said, boy, you have to repeat that a lot, don't you? Because they were standing in line. I said, yeah, almost to the point of being a robot. And they chuckled. And I said, it's not funny. It's like giving away your personality. You're not allowed to have one. So I guess that's why I'm stubbornly making these videos. So I was sitting here today and I'm thinking, what do I need to talk about? And I was looking up generations because the mother that adopted me, she was 44 when she adopted me in 1968. She was born in 1923. Would that have made her 44? 23, 33, 43, 53, 63. Yeah, 44. So they were considered the greatest generation. I beg to differ. I would say they were more the stubborn generation. Yeah. And certainly the closeted generation, wouldn't you say? Let's talk about Dorothy for a minute. Rest in peace, Mama. She died in 2003. Now there was a traumatized woman. She adopted me at age, when she's 44 years old, basically trying to get her husband back. Let's be real. They were already separated when she adopted me. She chose to do that, trying to get her husband back, hoping he would leave his boyfriend. Yeah, my adopted father came out of the closet after they applied for adoption. And then they separated. So she was a very angry, bitter woman. She never remarried. She never divorced him. She stayed married to him to his deathbed. My brother was 16 when she brought me home. And inevitably, my mother put him in the position to play daddy. Wasn't his responsibility, but he just sort of took it on. But he also tortured me like a brother. I guess back then that would have been normal, right? No siblings picking on each other and such. But we were so far apart in age that I don't know. I would consider me an only child until I was 8 years old, when my brother had a son and married his wife, who was twice my age. She was 16. So all kinds of interesting things happened in the 60s and 70s and 80s. Most of us don't want to talk about it. But I think it's necessary. Because I watch videos of people doing Gen X videos all the time. This lady on Facebook, she does some really funny ones. And she talks about, like she was talking about the Ed McMahon commercials. I do remember those. They did occur. I don't care if they're not on the internet or not. The internet is full of information that other people have put into it. It's a computer. So why would they want you to forget that? I don't know. Maybe it's got something to do with Ed McMahon's family. I mean, we all know that the Publishers Clearinghouse existed because we got all kinds of junk mail for it. All through the 90s, for sure through the 90s, I throw those things away at least once a week. Sometimes more. Because yeah, it was probably some kind of pyramid scheme or something. Because they were always trying to sell us magazines. Like, if you bought magazines, you felt like you had a better chance of winning the sweepstakes, right? And yeah, Ed McMahon coming to your door with the big paper check. I remember seeing those commercials when I was a kid. Anyway, she done a video on that, and I thought that was funny. But what I don't hear anybody talking about is the kind of adults that we became because we were unsupervised or traumatized or financially traumatized is how they put it on the internet. We're still financially traumatized, if you ask me. Not all, but I know I am. And just the thought that Social Security might be liquefied by the time I turn 62. I looked at my God and I'm like, of course. Of course. That's why I was trying to get it before. Like, twice before. And they said no. And now I'm back to physical limitations at my work. Out there trying. Gotta do what you gotta do, right? Just like I was having a discussion, well, text message discussing about housing. Housing. And my daughter said, well, paying rent is just part of it, isn't it? I do believe she's considered. Is she considered Gen Z? I don't know. She's 38. She was born in 87. So, y'all figure that out. I always have to look them up. Anyway. I said, send me some links and I will look into it. And I just read the little fine print. That's enough for me. Little studio apartment. They want a $500 deposit. Pets need to be discussed, which means more money, probably. Based on your income. But the minimum's like, I think $460 is what it said. So, even at the minimum, I'm running numbers. And nope. I need to make $25 an hour to do all that. Got to keep the car, to keep the job. So I got to keep paying on the car. If I take on rent, then there's a chance I could lose the car. Because the wages are shit. So yeah, then I'd have to take on a roommate. I deal with people all day long. When I come home, I don't really want to deal with people. That means you have to deal with a roommate. I love my dogs best. Because they love me no matter what, and they don't talk back. Well, they bark every now and then, begging for bones. Other than that, they're the best companions in the world. Anyway, so yeah, I don't have TV, so I watch and learn things. Sometimes I just listen to soap operas, if you know what I'm saying. And the other day someone mentioned that, the top ways to get views. Well, here's what I think. I think that my one view is my fucking stalker, who has my account blocked, shadow banned, whatever you want to call it. And my videos are up there and I'm seeing them. But there's some kind of switch that's been switched somewhere. Where they're getting put up there and you can watch them. But they're not getting sent to any feed whatsoever. I don't know if they're on private. Maybe somebody has marked my settings. I'll go check it again. But explain that to me. There are millions and millions of people on the internet. How is it that you can put up a video and it only get one view or no views at all? How does that happen? It's got to be marked private somewhere. So, hey, YouTube, can you fix that for me? Because if I've been hacked, fix it. It's my ex-husband, you know. The Noid. You're not supposed to be on the internet, fucker. Some punishment that is. Anyway. If you got any suggestions on how to fix it, how do I get into that settings to fix it? Any advice would be very helpful if anybody sees this. It's very frustrating, and that's why I'm inconsistent. Because that is it. They want to shut me up. Someone wants to shut me up. They don't want me telling stories. So YouTube, who's got my settings blocked? Like, any suggestions on how to fix it? Please send me some. Maybe my one view is just YouTube. And you're blocking it. What is it? Millions and millions of people. There's no way a video goes without no views. And that one view could be myself. For all I know. Help! Help me get some views here. How do I fix the settings? If you have any comments, please, I'll keep an eye out. Tell me how to fix it. And I'll tell you some more stories. Thanks for listening. Peace out. Talk later.